What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kyle the Pug Sports Review Show, where we talk about all the hottest sports topics in the sports world, whether it's MLB, NBA, the pro sports, collegiate sports, pee-wee sports, even, high school sports. We're bringing it to you on this show. So, that being said, welcome to Kyle the Pug Sports Review Show. I think we're on episode number 33 or 34. I'm not sure. We got to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure it's 33. If I'm wrong, oh well, whatever. Let's just move on with it. But anyways, guys, I am Kyle the Pug, a.k.a. Kyle Lodi, the host with the most and the man with a plan. And yeah, I've made that suggestion for like a few years now, if you guys didn't know that. But anyways, guys, I said I'm turning British all of a sudden for some reason. On with today's show. Now, I have, of course, the individual who he kind of messed up on a few things, like I said in, my last video, if you guys didn't check out the last video, but that's, of course, Marvel for Master. He was on there as well. But he is here with us today after, both of our weeks' absence on the show. I know I haven't been posting any shows on here in a while due to personal matters, but I'm back. He's back also. It's Cowboy Nick.
How y'all doing here? It's Cowboy Nick, and don't forget, in 1 month. That the Cowboy Reaper will be back. Everyone who has said Mother was for the North. It's the Cowboy Reaper. The Cowboy Reaper, which name was given to me by
okay.
Because they thought my intelligence level was good. Good. Let's get some hot gals and party with the ladies. Ladies, what's going on? Nothing fat chicks, and nothing popular. We go send you to the homeless.
Okay, I'm going to pretend I did not hear any of that and move on with the topics of today's show. And yeah, one of my brain cells just exploded in my head. But anyways, guys, like I said, on with today's show. So we're going to be talking about, of course, how Tony Romo's talking about Dak Prescott and his success with the Cowboys. And, of course, Dave Roberts becoming NL Manager of the Year and Terry Francona becoming AL Manager of the Year. We're going to discuss both of those sides as well. But first, we're going to get to, let's see, our NFL Week 10 recap here, of course. Now, we're going to be talking about some random games and for like the first, few minutes. And we're going to give you guys our thoughts on how these games went. So, that being said, here we go. So, let's get to one of the slobber knockers here. Not a slobber knocker, but it was an all-out field goal game. Wait a minute. I was going to say this first. It's an all-out field goal game with the Rams and the Jets, with the Rams winning 9-6 in New York. So, what were your thoughts about this defensive field goal game by both teams?
Well, I thought the Rams were coming out good.
Yeah, the second half they came out decent. 9-6 baseball game.
Yeah, but still, they did perform good. It was close, but you know what? Ever since the Rams moved back to LA, they've been coming back to the historical team that everyone knows and loves. And the Rams are doing pretty good. The Jets were
Rams are doing, them. Yeah, they're doing okay, but they could be better.
Yes, and the Jets are coming up right behind them. But in the end, the Rams did pull off the close game. You have Case McNeum going 17-30 for 160 yards. You have Matt Ford for the New York Jets going 20 carries and 90 yards. And you have Ken Birdie from LA, seven yard receptions and 109 yards. But the fact is, the Rams did want it. They got what they wanted, and you know what? A lot of teams are doing that. They're playing. If you got it, they won it. And the Rams came in. They did what they had to. I'm sorry to the Jets. I've said this a lot of times. The Jets are all that team you have to. You can't underestimate them. You can't overpower them. But the Jets did pull off a little bit of stuff, but it wasn't enough. And the Rams. I'm gonna say this. You did well. but you still have more to go, and it's an up and down battle, especially for a record of 4 wins and 5 losses, and 3 and 2 on the road. So you have to basically, before the playoffs are coming around the mountain, when they come, you gotta get what you need, and that, Kyle.
Okay, so moving on here. So speaking of teams in the NFC West, the 49ers have lost their 8th straight now after losing to the Cardinals at Arizona. Close also, but Niners lose their 8th straight.
You know what? The Niners, a lot of people have said this. The 49ers on the 49ers. You know what they have to do? They need to take Kaepernick in the back of the stadium, hang his ass on the red, white, blue flag, and just, oh, say, can you see?
Okay, no, that's messed up.
You know.
That's just messed up. Come on now. I mean, yeah, the Niners have their issues off the field. Their front office is a joke, and their whole team, the whole thing is pretty much a colossal jigsaw puzzle that they got to solve. Well, speaking of teams that are 0-4 or just 0 anything in general, the Browns are even worse than the 49ers. 0-10 and 0-6 on the road, losing it to getting destroyed by the Ravens.
Well, you have to expect this. It's the Browns. Everyone knows that the Browns are that team that tried, but they tried to bring it. But in the end, they're that team that when they come home to Cleveland, when everyone else has Cleveland rocks, they pull in, and then you see all the gangsters and all the people on the streets just all quiet, looking at them eating food, just quietly looking at this team, because everyone knows the Browns are that sweet little dog you want to take home, but you can't.
Yeah, dog pound is kind of getting weak over there in Cleveland. But another game we want to discuss is actually a close game. Was the Cowboys beating the Steelers in bowl, and this was I guess you can kind of say it was a shootout, but it was right at the end where, of course, the Cowboys scored the game-winning touchdown, 35-30. Over the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this was a highly anticipated matchup here too, and it didn't disappoint.
Oh no, this game I was at a heartbreaker because I love the Cowboys, but I have a deep respect for the Steelers. But in this game, I will say this: Ben Roethlisberger did perform. He's getting there. He's getting to the point where he's out of pretty good thinking about putting his cleats up, but he did perform well with a 37-49, 408 yards. And 3 touchdowns. That's not bad. But yeah, Ezekiel Elliott, 21 carries, 114 yards.
Who has exceeded over 1,000 yards rushing for his rookie season, and we're going to discuss that here in a bit also.
Oh yeah. But you have to look at this. For Ben Roethlisberger at his age, he still is like one of those players that has the get-go. And I think for one of these days he may have one of those golden plaques and gold jacket with his name on it. It's right around the corner.
All right, and speaking of anticipated games, also we were talking about that. The Seahawks and the Patriots, that also didn't disappoint either, with the Seahawks getting revenge in Foxborough out of all places. So it was a pretty good revenge moment for the Seahawks. They beat the Patriots 31-24 behind Russell Wilson.
I was actually laughing at this game. Like when I was watching it, I never laughed so hard in my life. I was laughing my ass off because why finally a team that everyone says sucks made Tom Brady cry, and I was laughing my head off. I was like, and then I fell asleep.
Sounded like a cartoon sound effect.
Woke up the next morning, took a shit, and then said I took a Tom Brady. So.
Well, I guess that's one way of putting it, but. That game, honestly, to me, I mean, like I said, it was a good revenge game for the Seahawks. They came in, they surprised, the Patriots, in their home field. So yeah, that's basically nobody really expected that. But the Seahawks, they did what they had to do. They got the job done, and at the end of the day, they were on the bigger end of the stick. So speaking of teams that were on the bigger end of the stick, the Texans. We'll get to some honorable mentions here really quick since we're running out of time here on this segment. Texans beat the Jaguars 24-21, and the Dolphins were the nail-biter against the Chargers, also 31-24. But real quick here, the Chiefs over the Panthers, 20-17. There were a lot of nail-biters here in this week, but the one that kind of got me, though, was the Buccaneers winning 36-10 over the Chicago Bears. The Bears, the Bears haven't really been much since, they won the Super Bowl. Well, not won, but they were in the Super Bowl. But since then, they didn't really do much at that time. But the Buccaneers, they came to their house. They took over. Jameis Winston, 2 TDs, and yeah, that was pretty much all there was to it. So, and then of course you got the Tennessee Titans. Not upsetting them, but the Tennessee Titans beat the Packers 47-25. Now, normally you would think the Titans would not be able to score 47 points, but they showed why they can actually score 47 points against the Packers, especially, which is kind of ironic in this game. So, 47-25, Mariota had the game of his life, probably like one of his best games by far, and that was just all there is to it. So, that being said, on with the next part of the segment. We're going to stay in the NFL here really quick, and we were going to talk about the Cowboys also. So, like I said, we're going to be discussing why Dak Prescott has been one of the best success for the Cowboys team, and not just him, though, but also Ezekiel Elliott. And this is what Tony Romo said about this whole thing. And he said that he accepted that he'll be Dak Prescott's backup when he returns this week against the Baltimore Ravens. And this is what Romo said about Prescott, about him becoming the starter full-time. And I quote, "He's earned the right to be our quarterback. As hard as that is for me to say, he's earned that right. He's guided our team to an 8-1 record, and that's pretty hard to do. If you think for a second that I don't want to be out there, then you probably never felt the pure ecstasy of competing and winning. That hasn't left me. In fact, it may burn more now than ever," unquote. So, your thoughts on Romo's quotes about Dak Prescott, Cowboy?
Well, Prescott has earned that right. But you know what? You still can't. As I will say this.
So he is going to be the backup, though. It's been confirmed that he is going to be the backup to Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but you also have to remember this. Tony Romo does have a pretty good thing, but when you look at Prescott, oh my God! It's like you look at Prescott. He knows how to move the ball. He doesn't just throw the ball. And what I mean by that, he doesn't just throw the ball or pass it off to a running back. He has the ability to move. He knows what he's doing. And you know what the other thing is too? He kind of reminds me of he was a starting quarterback in 1964 for the
going that far.
Well, no, I'm thinking of Prescott. He reminds me of what's his name from the Rams back in 1964. That quarterback they had that was like he just knew the field. What was his name now? Gosh.
Okay, if you're going back to 1964, you might be talking about Norm Van Brocklin or Roman Gabriel. Maybe one of the two. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look. It's got to be one of the two.
Like, they knew the field. You would look at them, and you just see them. Like they knew the field. Like they didn't just call a play. They knew exactly where to place themselves for that play.
Exactly, and that's what I feel like Dak Prescott has done for this team, because despite him being a rookie, he actually knows what to do out there. And it seems like he's got some abilities that he can play like a pro. So it's definitely a plus, especially for your guys. I know you're a Cowboys fan and you're probably all hot to trot and all that, but he's got something special though. I'm not a huge Cowboys fan, but I know this kid's got something special. And speaking of people that are special, let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott who also has made a difference for the Cowboys team as well. So he's over the 1,000-yard rushing mark this season, and he's on pace for at least 2,000 rushing yards this season, at least 1,500 yards at minimum, if he actually gets down to that. But Ezekiel Elliott, if he hits 2,000 yards rushing this season, yeah, he's going to be the next big thing in Dallas, along with Prescott.
But the other thing is, too, and I'm speaking as this from a defensive player, I would not want to face Ezekiel Elliott because he's that kind of rusher. When you look at him, you're saying to yourself, oh, shit, because he knows exactly, just like we were just talking about, he knows exactly where he is going. He doesn't just listen to the quarterback. He looks for that. He looks for that spot. He puts himself near that spot. and he knows that there's a weak point in the defensive line, and he looks at that weak spot and he says, you know what, quarterback, you're calling this, I'm going here. And he does it. And when you do something like that, he's the kind of rusher you like say to yourself, oh shit, because you gotta take him down, but you know he's too smart. He's just too smart, and when you get that kind
especially
of
when he had those moments in Ohio State too, you can't forget that also.
Oh yeah, when you look at think about this, Kyle. You get a guy like that, you're saying to yourself, oh shit, because you think about it. If you get him down, it's not one or two guys to take him down. You have to sacrifice your line to get him down. And you know what? That doesn't always happen because I've heard a guy say, Ezekiel Elliott is like butter. You just can't put that bastard down.
Well, yeah, he's 6 foot, 225 pounds, full of muscle, and yeah, he's a power running back too, and he's also got the speed to back it up too.
Yeah, exactly. But when you have a player who's just like butter, you know what I mean? That's scary.
Yeah, well, let's talk about what he did though in last week's game against the Steelers. So, 21 rushing attempts, and he had 114 yards. And yeah, 114 yards rushing, and he had, of course, the 2 touchdowns to add on with it as well, and he had 2 catches also. So, and then against the Browns, I know the Browns, they're kind of bad anyways, but 18 rushing attempts, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, and of course the Eagles, kind of the same thing, but he didn't really have a touchdown there. But here's what he has so far in the regular season. So 198 rushing attempts, right? And he has 9 rushing touchdowns, and his rushing yardage, he's 5 yards above 1,000. So he's achieved over 1,000 rushing yards, as I said before. He is on pace right now for the minimum of 1,500 yards rushing this season. Maybe he could go to 2,000 yards. You never know. It could definitely happen. But we just got to see how he plays his ability as a running back from there, though. Because, he's definitely a huge factor for the Cowboys defense. I think he's, between him and Prescott, I think Elliott's probably been the huge difference maker for this team. I mean, no disrespect to Dak Prescott, but he's been good in his own right as well. But as I said before, he's just an absolute beast right now, and the Cowboys have a diamond gem in him.
Yeah, but you have to look at this as well, Kyle. You look at the Cowboys. They're a lot more disciplined than they were. Basically, they're back to their old all of that, like everyone says, American team montage. They're back at that level. Why? Because you look at their coach too. He is saying to them, we got to be more disciplined. We got to do this right. He's forcing them to play. He's forcing them to play at the level they need to play. Like Al Davis always says, just win. You know what? The Cowboys have that mentality where they just want to win. And you know what? When you're playing that level, you don't want to play that team because they will do anything or everything to get that win.
So they said this a couple of days ago. So Ezekiel Elliott could be an old-fashioned MVP candidate. That was according to the New York Times as well. So do you think Ezekiel has a chance to become MVP of the actual NFL season instead of just the Dallas Cowboys? I want to hear your thoughts on this.
That could possibly happen. I'm not going to say it is, but that's a very big possibility. Why? Again, like I said before, he's like butter. You don't know. You can't stop him. If he wants it, he's going to go for it.
Okay, in my personal opinion, I think he might be the hands-down MVP so far of the season. And this goes, against, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Cam Newton and all the other quarterbacks. He wants to make this a running back league again, and he's showing why that he wants to make the NFL running back league again.
Yeah, but you have to look at this. Tom Brady is one of those guys. He's starting to all that fame is starting to put a lump in his throat. He's starting to have, people are looking at him. They're like, especially after what happened with Brady had to be out for a little bit. You look at Tom Brady, it's like everyone's starting to say to him, "Yeah, we might just take. Honey, you got the duster. Yeah, we might want to put him under the rug for a little bit." It's like Tom Brady was like, everyone's like, "Oh, Tom Brady. I love my Tom Brady. I have my Matrix jersey with Tom Brady." It's starting to fall on Ezekiel Elliott is starting to take that spot slowly, but surely starting to take that spot from him. And pretty soon people are going to be calling out to Ezekiel Elliott, not Tom Brady. Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's of course with Tom Brady standards. I mean, he's still got it for, especially for his age, but that's a completely different topic to talk about for another day. But Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott, my final words on this, I'll just say this right now. Ezekiel Elliott's definitely the difference maker. Prescott, Prescott is, he's the guy. He's going to be the future for the Cowboys at the quarterback position. I think the Dallas Cowboys have struck gold here for sure. So moving on, is transitioning from different sports, we are going to be going to baseball here really quick, and we're going to be discussing about a couple of things. So of course, there's not really talk about baseball, but actually for this topic, yes, there is, because they're going to be talking about who won Manager of the Year between the AL and the NL. So going to the NL first, and this might actually shock some of you guys. The Dodgers' Dave Roberts becomes the 6th rookie manager to win the NL Manager of the Year. So basically, he is topped Joe Madden and Dusty Baker to win the NL Manager of the Year award. After taking over for Don Mattingly this past season, Roberts continued the Dodgers' trend of playoff appearances by guiding the club to a 91-71 record and a 4th consecutive NL West title. The Dodgers have now reached the postseason in 4 consecutive seasons for the first time in franchise history. And this is what Roberts said about the whole thing, and I quote, "I think, you know what, it's about the process, and I think that this is the actual first day that I actually had a chance to reflect on what happened from the first day of spring training until now. And even after the postseason, I didn't really get to play the season out of my head too much. But I think to set goals to play and try to get better. And I think as a group, as an organization, we did that. Obviously, we came up short in the sense of winning a World Series championship, but I'm just proud of the way our guys battled adversity all year," unquote. So, your thoughts on that quote from Dave Roberts, Cowboy?
Well, I have to say that Roberts did good, but the fact is, there's one big problem that the Dodgers always have, and that's a team that I love dearly to my heart, and that's the Cardinals. That's everything that always happens. The Dodgers will make it up there, and then St. Louis is like, no. It happens every time, and it's just so funny how it happens. But don't forget also, you have another player. You have another person who made it. You have Sager, the Dodgers. Sager. Named,
Corey Seager. So please don't butcher his name ever again, or I will smack you if you butcher his name.
Well, that's what it's like saying right here, but...
It's Seager, not... What are you talking about, Craig Sager? Come on, man.
No, it says S-E-A...
It's Corey Seager. Corey Seager. It's not Sager. Come on, I'm going to smack you if you say that one more time. If you say his name like that one more time, I will smack you.
Who will pay you? See how I'm trying to smack me, but
everybody will, basically.
What's he gonna smack me with? Let's see, maybe a Nerf guy or
No, I'll just use one of my ring fingers, and I'll just backhand you like Larry did.
You gonna backhand me with a middle finger?
No, with a ring finger, like Larry did.
A weak finger. Ooh, which one's your weak finger?
I said ring finger. My God, get hearing aids over here. My God. You need to get your hearing fixed.
And then you have also the Indians,
Francona, Terry Francona. Yes, he also won AL Manager of the Year, leading the Indians to the World Series also. But that wasn't really shocking to me in the Cleveland Indians category or the American League category. But National League, yeah, doesn't this kind of shock you, though, since he topped Joe Madden and Dusty Baker?
A little bit, but all I have to say is, you know what, there's always next year. But the thing is, the one thing I'm just saying right here, and I'm just laughing about it. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm worried about Kyle hitting with his ring fingers. Put like a big old
just like what Larry did. Just like how Larry did it.
Yeah, that hurt. But it's gonna be something. It's gonna like I said, there's always next year. We'll see what happens. Cubs, great job this year, and having that night having that 90-year-old woman travel around with your mascot in that pickup truck.
And this is coming from the person who used to hate the Cubs. Remember that. Used to is the key word.
Kyle, you gotta remember that there is. People always say you can only like one team, but you know what? You can like one team but have respect for the other. And with the Cardinals, it's not that I like the Cardinals. I love the Cardinals because think about it. When it's your first baseball game, you're 2 years old. You go to your first baseball game with your grandmother and stuff like that. You're 2 years old. It's a part of you. It's a part of my family. My family comes from Missouri and Oklahoma, so it's a part of my family. It's not just a team. It's in my family. It's in my blood. It's a part of me. And the Cubs, I like them, but the Cardinals, I love them. So you have to understand that.
Okay, well, going back to the Dodgers here really quick, and of course, instead of the team collapse that was predicted, the Dodgers turned an 8-game NL West deficit at the time of Kershaw's June 26 injury into a division title clinching celebration 1 week before the regular season was completed. So the Dodgers did end up winning the division over the San Francisco Giants by 4 games. So that being said, everybody thought, like I said, the Dodgers were dead in the water, of course, June 26 with Kershaw's injury, but then they turned an 8-game deficit into a first-place division win. So definitely that goes to show you what the Dodgers can do, even without Clayton Kershaw also.
But I'm just going to say this. I hope he doesn't want to smack me, but I'm just going to say this as everyone else does. When is it never that, like, everyone will say this, when is it not that everyone thinks of the Dodgers are dead in the water? Because you know at the start of every season, everyone's saying that the Dodgers are dead, are one of those teams that are dead in the water. Well,
especially to June 26th, but look what they did, though. They made it to the NLCS, and nobody thought they would end up being there as well.
And then look what happened. Another team who no one thought would be there. Just like,
No, everybody expected the Cubs to be in the NLCS. They expected them to be there. But the Dodgers, that's a different story.
But you know what's funny about that? I'm just going to say this to everyone. See, and I think it's sad, but everyone always thinks that like the Dodgers are that team. So like everyone likes to kick down on the ground. I don't know why, but like everyone does it.
Well, basically in the NLCS, it was in the NLDS actually, especially it was LA versus the world, and that kind of a joke where I'll discuss that here in another time, especially with the Washington Nationals game where. Yeah, things got pretty bad in Game 4 in LA when the Dodgers played the Nationals. Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, oh, crap, in that game, you know?
Yeah, it was the umpires just messed up completely. And I know I'm not the one to complain about umpires, but that was just pretty bad officiating in that game. It's like they wanted the Dodgers to lose and wanted the Washington Nationals to move on. But the Dodgers overcame that, though.
Yeah, but you know what else? Like, and I'm just saying this, a lot of times, the umps, you just see them a lot of times on the field. They're not really, like, paying attention to what they need to do. Like, especially when you're looking at plays. Like, in the World Series, there was a lot of plays. They would look at them for, like, 5 seconds, and then they would just say to themselves, no, there's, like, you look at that, there's a point where a lot of times the umps are looking at the reviews. It came to the point where a player, his hand touched it, but the glove was like at the tip of at the guy's leg, but his hand was on the plate. And you have to think about this. When you're an official in a game, you have to look at the details. You can't just look at the video for like a minute and say, we're just gonna go with this call. You can't do that. You have to really.
Oh yeah, especially with the Dodgers and the Cubs in the NLCS, also with Adrian Gonzalez's slide. I do remember that.
Yeah, and I was pissed at that because I was thinking to myself, I was rooting for the Cubs myself, but when I'm looking at that, I'm like, I'm looking at that game and I'm just saying to myself.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you about something. Sometimes the people in New York just do not get it right. And they can spend like minutes and minutes just spending looking at the entire replay, saying, "Oh, well, you got like 5 minutes to make a decision." It's like, "Oh, there's no way we can overturn that." But clearly, in my opinion, if you look at Gonzalez's slide, right, he's not the greatest runner in the world. He actually does manage to beat it just by I would say like a tenth of a second, but they didn't really catch that.
Yeah. And they called it where like, oh, it's this, and I remember that too because I was at Pablo's when that ump like, called Pablo's. And I remember Uncle Larry's like, Nick, what are you making that face for? And I pushed Uncle Larry, and then he smacked me in the back of the head, and I'm going, it's the call. And I remember directly with Uncle Larry says, you have to leave it alone, Nick. And they're the ones, they're the professionals. You got to let it go. I couldn't let it go because I was thinking myself.
Well, that's where I gotta disagree with your uncle there, because I don't think he notices the actual how the replays work here and how everything goes from there.
Yeah, and you're at that point that when you see something like that, you do get this because it's like you can't I don't care who you are. If your hand if your hand is on the plate, you're safe. I don't give a crap on what.
And he beats it just by like a tenth of a second too. So, but we're gonna talk about that for another time because we are out of here and we're out of time here on today's show. So, thank you guys so much for enjoying the show here on the Kyle Pug Sports Review Show. And if you guys did enjoy the show, please drop a like. Don't forget to sub if you're new to my channel. It'll definitely help my channel grow to bigger heights, and we're on the road to 50 subs as always. So, and we're gonna try to get the show going, this Friday, where we got more topics here coming up as well. So, and be sure to hit the notification button to stay up to date with new videos and live streams and stuff like that. So, that being said, I'm Kyle the Pug, and for Cowboy Nick.
Bang, bang, and don't forget, the countdown is beginning.
All right. Thank you, Cowboy. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next episode. So, have a good day. And as always, stay safe. Peace!
You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any sense, but I don't fucking care.